Hello everyone, welcome back again to the Watchtower. I'm up here logging in for monitor duty today, ready to bring you another graphic novel review. This is over the graphic novel Batman vs. Deathstroke. That's coming up right after this. Alright everyone, we're back from the intro, and like I said before, we are going to be doing a graphic novel review today of Batman vs. Deathstroke. This is written by Christopher Priest, and it has artwork by Carlo Pagulayan. I really hope I said that right, and also Ed Baines. Batman vs. Deathstroke is, just like the title of it says, it's Batman vs. Deathstroke. So there's going to be mild to medium spoilers in this one. Gonna have to go into a little bit about the plot to talk about the book and everything. So there are going to be some spoilers. So if you don't want to hear it, please shut off now and read the book and then come back after that. We're going to go over, like usual, I'm going to go over the pros first, cons, and then my overall opinions of the book and the score. So the first pro is the art in this. The art is really good. Carlo and Ed Baines share art duties. Carlo does most of it, and then Ed does a couple chapters, but it's mostly Carlo, but the artwork is really, really good in this. It's very traditional superhero artwork, clean, crisp lines, very easy to read. It's pretty much straightforward superhero artwork, and it's really good job. Another pro of this is really good action. There are some really good fight scenes between Batman and Deathstroke, and also Deathstroke and some like mercenary henchman type characters. And then the action overall is really good in this book. Really well drawn, really well laid out. You're able to follow it really well. Very, very good action in this book. Another pro of this is, I'm going to call the mirror image of Batman and Deathstroke. Christopher Priest does a really good job of showing how these characters are similar and how they're different, and how their different ideologies have set them on different paths. Batman and Deathstroke are very good physical matches for each other. They're very good, fighting and stuff, and everybody knows that. This isn't the first time that Batman and Deathstroke have squared off together. Christopher Priest does a really good job on this of making it not just about the fighting, but how their ideas and ideology is what separates them. So, really good job showing the mirror image of one another. And if Deathstroke could have taken a step, would take another turn a different way, he could have been a hero. And if Batman had taken, one step another way, he could have been more like, Deathstroke. So, really good job showing how they're kind of mirror images of one another. Alright, so that's been my pros. The cons for this, the first one, this is not really an important book to canon. There's nothing really that happens in here that, that's super important. As a matter of fact, where this book starts off and where it starts off and where it ends, it pretty much fixes itself. So there's no ramifications coming out of this book or anything about moving forward. So basically, the overall gist of this book is that Batman finds a file at a crime scene saying that Damian Wayne, with DNA test in it, saying that Damian Wayne isn't his son, and alleging that Deathstroke is. So Batman goes on with this whole thing trying to figure out, if Deathstroke is really Damian's son and everything. And honestly, it's not something that I ever believed was possible, because Damian's been, in the DC universe for so long now. If this was something they should have done this way sooner. But, Batman's just accepted at this point that Damian's his son and everything. And for him to have, some kind of doubts about it, I didn't really buy. And, like I said, it's not really important to canon, because at the end of it, it resolves everything, and you find out, oh, yeah, you know what, Damian's still Batman's son. So it wasn't, what we knew at the beginning, we still know at the end. Nothing changed in between. So, not important to canon. Another con for me, I felt like the characters were very easily manipulated. Both Batman and Deathstroke, I felt like, Batman more so. For being the world's greatest detective, there was stuff in this that was like left or whatever that people laughed, that he just went, and just followed. He's like, oh, this is it. And I just feel like that's not Batman. He's like the world's greatest detective. He would like, you know, he would see that, oh, maybe there's other people with an agenda or something that are trying to play me. And he wouldn't just, you know, because they pointed him at Deathstroke, and he would just charge full speed at Deathstroke, like, oh, this must be Deathstroke. You know, I'm gonna go take care of him. I just didn't feel, it felt uncharacteristic of Batman to just do this. I feel like he would gather evidence, and he wouldn't just like, you know, he just doesn't just blindly charge into anything. And then the same with Deathstroke. I felt like he was very easily manipulated too with certain things, with contracts, with different stuff. I felt like, you know, Deathstroke's, you know, he's the greatest assassin in the DC universe, arguably. He would be better at vetting sources and stuff and realize that he was being set up for certain things. So, that was another con for me. The last con, and this kind of goes back into the first thing I mentioned, there's not really any stakes in the book. There's nothing lost, or there's no like, you know, there's no stakes. Exactly what it sounds like. There's no stakes in the book. Because practically as a reader, I never doubted for once that Damian wasn't Bruce Wayne's son. I never doubted that. I didn't feel like there was ever going to be a situation where, oh my goodness, Damian's gonna leave and go join Deathstroke. And it never made it feel like Damian was going to leave Batman and join Deathstroke either. It never felt like there was any stakes. If anything was, the status quo was going to change, anything was going to happen, there was going to be a big impact on anybody's life. It never felt like that. So that's been my cons. Wrap up. This is a book. It's got really good art. It's got pretty good. I would say it's pretty good job of you know, it does a really good job of showing how these two characters are different. I don't feel that it acts in it treats these characters the way they're supposed to be, and they're not really, the characterization of these characters feels off to me a little bit, especially Batman. I just feel like the stuff that he did in this is just stuff that Batman wouldn't do. And it just felt like, you know, this isn't a story that's hugely important. If you want to, you know, I would like pick this up, like if you're like Barnes & Noble and you got free time, you can like read this on the rack or something. Or maybe if you can get it like as a Kindle edition or something for like a couple bucks, I wouldn't go out and pay, you know, $15, $20 for it. It's a fun little story, and like I said, the action's good, but at the end of the day, nothing major happens out of it. You can pretty much skip this book and not miss anything important canon-wise, or be, you know, left in the dark when something reading something out of it. Oh, I should have read Batman vs. Deathstroke. You don't need to do that at all. I would give this book probably a 6 out of 10. It's not terrible. It's not the best I've ever read though. It's an average Batman story. It's completely average. So yeah, I would give it a 6 out of 10. But hey, let me know in the comments if this is something you read and you really liked it or something. Let me know why you like it. I love hearing from you guys about books or whatever you're reading. Yeah, let me know. So anyway, that has been it for me here in the Watchtower. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you the next time that I log in for monitor duty.